Hey you guys, it's Carling, and today we are going to do a short yoga practice for people who work in the office. That's probably you. It was me for a very long time, and I know it's really hard to find the time to set aside to take care of your body, in particular your wrists, your hands, your forearms, shoulders, head, neck, and also your sanity. So we're going to do a quick 10-minute seated practice to give you a little bit of relief in that area if that's something that you need. And if this is a practice that helps you, please like, comment, share, let us know, subscribe. We love to make things that help you feel better. That is the point of yoga. So definitely let us know. Remember, there are new yoga videos every Tuesday, food and lifestyle blogs on Wednesday, and video travel blogs on Thursday. Let's get started. Because I'm going to assume that you are seated at your desk, all of the postures today will be done in a seated position, focusing on the upper body, wrists, forearms, head, neck, shoulder, and eyes. Although one of the very best things you can do for your body if you are stuck at a desk or in a cubicle all day long is to get up and move and breathe. So if you can take a 5-minute walk, do some laps around the office, book out a conference room, sneak in a headstand or two, put your legs up the wall, all of these things are also wonderful remedies that I highly encourage you to incorporate into your day, your lunch break, whenever you can sneak them in. So starting in a seat, I want you to take your hands out in front of you and just interlace the fingers. Press the palms together, and we're just going to gently roll the wrists around in a circle. Maybe it's more of a figure 8. And go slow. The motion doesn't have to be huge, but just start to get some movement in and check in on the range of motion. You might notice that there's some spots where there's some clicking or some feelings of stuckness. Right? Move slowly through those places, take care. And just observe how things feel. And then go the opposite direction. You might notice that one way is more coordinated than the other. It's okay. It's not about coordination. We're just trying to explore that range of motion and give our wrists a little bit of movement in a different direction, especially if they are stuck at a keyboard like this all day long. Good. Keep it moving. You can switch directions again. Take a couple rounds. Pressing the palms together and just creating as many shapes as you can there. Figure 8, back and forth. Get some space in. Good. When that feels good and done, then I want you to go ahead and reach your right arm out and gently use your left hand to just pull the hand back a little bit. Okay, so as you pull the palm back, we're not yanking, we're just gently stretching the top of the wrist all the way into the heel of the palm. And then go ahead and switch your way to the fingers. So I want you to start with the pinky and use your opposite hand to just gently draw that pinky finger back just until you start to feel a little bit of sensation, a little bit of stretch. This is not meant to be intense. Good, and then to the ring finger. Take a couple breaths. And to the middle finger. And to the pointer finger. Notice if your shoulders crept up into your ear, see if you can soften it down. And then to take the thumb, go ahead and just reach the thumb back towards you, bend at the elbow. Breathe all the way into the base of the palm, into those muscles in the hands, likely very tired muscles. Give them some new life. And then switch to the second side. So use your right hand to gently pull that left palm down towards you. And then start to shift to doing the fingers individually. So starting with the pinky finger, really gentle pull. Breathing the whole way through. See if you can focus on deep, full breaths. And to the ring finger. Breathing all the way down into the palm, way down into the tip of the finger, maybe even into the fingernail. Switch to the middle finger. Right, envisioning that breath reaching all the way through the arm, the bicep, the elbow, the forearms, into the palm, the hand, the fingers. Seeing if you can create some expansion. Move to the pointer finger. Right, oftentimes just imagining that expansion, directing the breath there, helps us to release those muscles. A lot about stretching is in the brain. So can you find that sensation? And then onto the thumb. Pull the thumb back towards you. Soften the shoulders down the back. Really easy. See if you can find that motion all the way from the very mid-back down towards the tailbone. Good, and then release the hands. Interlace the hands behind your back. And as you interlace the hands, doesn't matter which thumb is on top to start, I want you to draw the knuckles down towards your chair underneath you, towards the earth, and see if you can reach till you feel the collarbones broaden. So as you reach those arms down and back, feel the chest move and open wider. Feel the shoulder heads move back and the shoulder blades sort of stitch onto the back body. Keeping some bend in the elbows, so try not to lock out. I want you to bend those elbows, hug the triceps together. Feel everything drawing towards the spine, and then breathe all the way across the top of your chest. Take a big inhale. Reach the collarbones apart, reach the crown of the head up, and then take a big exhale. Pull your front ribs down. Good, and then keep this interlace in the hands, keep the bend in the elbows, and I want you to take the hands that bind over to the right hip crease. So you've got the arms behind the back, and you've got the clasp all the way over at the right hip or as close to as possible. And then as you continue to draw the shoulder blades onto the back, gently drop the right ear to the right shoulder. And still sitting up as tall as you can. Right ear just leans towards the right shoulder till you start to feel a nice big stretch all the way from the right ear, down the neck, across the top of the shoulder, maybe all the way into the bicep. And see if you can breathe into that space. Imagine it expanding, lengthening out. Good. Closing the eyes is highly encouraged. Right, give them a break from staring at your screen. Just listen to my voice. You know what to do. And take 3 more breaths. Go ahead and switch to the second side. The eyes can stay closed the whole time. So you're going to bend the elbows and bring that bind over to the left hip crease as far as it'll go. And then gently drop the left ear to the left shoulder. And sending all of your breath down through the right side of the neck. Into those sort of supporting muscles that are not meant to be our primary breathers, right? We're meant to use the diaphragm primarily to breathe, but sometimes when we get tense, when we get worked up, we tend to use these muscles in the neck and in the chest up here to try to do the breath work for us, and they get really tight. So see if you can find that space in there and expand, but keep the main components of the breath way down to the diaphragm. And close the eyes again if they snuck their way open. See if you can soften the skin around the eyes, and then take that softness all the way down through the jaw, some space between the back molars, down through the earlobes, through the neck, shoulder heads, the bicep, way down into the elbow, and take 3 more breaths. Release, blink the eyes open, and take the arms out in front of you. We're going to take eagle arms. So to take these eagle arms, I want you to start with the right arm underneath, left arm over, and you're going to cross about at the bicep and see if you can bring the palms to touch, elbows in line with the shoulders. Right, so if this seems like crazy talk and it's nowhere near happening, all you need to do is wrap the arms around and imagine you're reaching for opposite shoulder heads or opposite shoulder blades and give yourself a big hug. Right, so this is a perfectly valid modification. This is going to give you the same amount of stretch, just depends where things are at today. So no matter where you are, I want you to press the thumbs away from your face or reach the elbows forward, right, whichever is the driver here for you. And as you do that, you might feel the shoulder blades sort of spreading apart on the back, pulling away from one another. And I want you to breathe into that new space. So imagine the breath is going into the back of your lungs, expanding the back side of your rib cage. And expand into all that new space between the spine and the shoulder blades. Puffing up the back body, feeling that stretch, that expansion. Take 2 more breaths. Close the eyes or focus your gaze on your thumbs, on your forearms. Good, and then go ahead and switch second side. Shake out the arms a little bit, get some blood flow in there. And then left arm under, right arm over. Either wrap the arms around, give yourself a nice big hug. That's actually a little bit easier sometimes to really feel that spread of the shoulder blades. You can kind of press into that back body and actually feel the shoulder blades pull away from one another. Otherwise, the full Eagle Garudasana arms, draw the thumbs away from the nose, elbows in line with the shoulders, and breathe into the back body. Now the arm bones are still plugged into the socket. We're not reaching them forward, right? So the shoulders are still nice and secure and set in place, but I want you to expand through the back of the rib cage, through the upper back, and see if you can breathe into that space. Every inhale creates a little bit more new space. And every exhale, move into that new space, and make that your starting point for the next breath. Inhale, create new space. And exhale, move into that space. Couple more just like that, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. And last one, inhale, create that space. Breathe into the back of the lungs. And exhale, release. Okay, go ahead and unwind the arms. Shake out the shoulders a few times. And then last little bit, once you've shaken out the shoulders, whatever needs to happen to sort of get some blood flow going back in after that bit of a bind, I want you to reach the arms out to the side and imagine you're pressing two imaginary walls away from you. So see if you can feel some resistance, flex through the palms and press, 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 press. Reach all the way across the chest so you can feel that sensation from thumb all the way through the fingers, the collarbones, chest, and over to the opposite hand. And then little baby circles with the arms. Right, either direction, we're gonna do both, so don't worry about it, there's no wrong here. Sitting up as tall as you can, reach through the crown of the head, draw the sides of the waist back, nice and strong. And then keep making those little circles and just reach those arms up and up, up and up and up, up and up. And once they hit the top, switch opposite direction of the circles and start to come down. Good, and then go back up. Little baby circles. And then switch opposite direction and come back down. Keep flexing the palms. Good, and then switch again, make the circles bigger. Right, feel that rotation, that range of motion in the shoulders. Start to take the arms up. Circle, 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 circle. Switch directions, bigger circles, all the way down, big circles. Last one, all the way back up. And switch directions, big circles. Good, and release. You can roll out the wrists, shake out the arms, right? If you haven't lifted up your arms above your head all day, that might have been kind of a lot. Change the blood flow, get a little lymph moving through there. And then lastly, I want you to take your thumbs to your temples, right? So on either side of the head here, there's that little soft spot. We're not pressing really hard, but just a teensy bit of pressure. And then bring the heel of your hand to cover your eyes. You can rest the fingertips on your forehead, but I want you to really focus on blocking out the light here. So as you press the heel of your hand into your eyes, little bit of motion with the thumbs. You might try some circles, some semicircles. And see if you can soften the eyelids. So see if you can get the skin around the eyes, the sides, the tops to release. Maybe a little bit of pressure with the heel of the hand into the actual eye socket, just a tiny bit. To help to shield yourself from any of the sensation or all of the sensation that might be surrounding you. Take about 10 deep full breaths here. And it might be little baby circles, motion with the thumbs. It might just be that really gentle pressure that helps to feel. Blocking out the light, the sensation. You can drop your chin to your chest. And take a few deep breaths here. And then keep the eyes closed. When you're ready, just release the hands into your lap. You can set the right palm into the left, thumbs connecting. Shrug the shoulders down and away from the ears. And as you do that, reach up through the crown of the head, eyes stay closed. And slide the ears back until you feel your head balance right on top of your spine, right on top of your shoulders. Feeling that lightness sensation when everything stacks right on top of each other nicely. And bringing the breath a little bit deeper. And stepping away from the sensations of your day, of your work. Coming into your body and your breath. And becoming hyper aware of how you feel. Placing the focus inward on yourself, on your body, on your mind, on your well-being. Even if it's just for these 10 minutes. Setting aside this time for self-care. And setting aside the time to take care of yourself, no matter how busy your day might be. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Lovely to share another yoga practice with you. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, especially if these practices are helpful. If there's anything else that you would like to see, like us to bring to your yoga practice, please let us know. Otherwise, we'll see you on Tuesday for another yoga practice. Thanks so much.